Good morning everyone, welcome to the vlog. It is my equivalent of the Met Gala today. It is Ladies' Day at Ascot and this is the outfit that Sassy Holford and Vivian Sheriff and Emmy London and I have been working on for the last few weeks, and it is giving Disney princess with my new hair. Thank goodness I'm not wearing my hair down because I think it would be giving Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Dress is a custom made Sassy Holford and the hat is a custom made Vivian Sheriff. We went for sort of like an ivory tulle bow, which I just think is so soft and delicate. I had to buy a new pair of Cornelia James gloves, and I've got the Claudia from Emmy London, which is like an 85 heel. I need to get these in every colour because they're so good and they're so comfortable. But the car is outside, we have to rush. As always, we're to the wire. So let's head to Royal Ascot later.
Sorry.
A little twist that way. Yeah, that's it. On the bag on my side. There we go. Fabulous. And just drop it into the shot.
I go this way?
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Smile.
He's probably swapping around.
Yeah. Just turn it that way a little bit. Just the sun is just catching you. Yeah, keep going. Yeah. And then put that's it.
We have arrived. It was a little bit touch and go. I really think that in future years we might just stay down or leave a lot earlier. I've got Ali with me now, calling his friend.
Got my hat on.
And his hat off, but he's also wearing his Christmas tie. And I just love these occasions so much. They are just such an occasion for everyone to look so wonderful. We're in the summer house at Royal Ascot, and we're in the Royal Enclosure, which I always think is such an experience. So yeah, anyway, we're going to enjoy our day, have some food. I'm already having a glass of wine, so should be good.
Under Ryan Moore now by a length or so to Catalina Del Carpio, then came understudy, and Life is Beautiful and heading up towards the line. It's Garden of Eden to win the Ripple Sail Stakes. Garden of Eden from understudy home in second, then
The outcome to our third race is first to number 4, Garden of Eden.
As much as I don't come here for the racing as such, I'm much more about the outfits. I do have the lovely story that it was actually last year when I was here that I realised that I wanted to really be a bit more intentional about my horse riding, and I spoke to Claudia literally like the next day and I was like, Claudia, I've realised that I just love being around horses and I'm not necessarily looking to be perfect or the best at it. I just want to be around them as much as possible, and so that was when I really knuckled down and I booked my lessons. I spent more time learning with Romeo, I spent more time learning with Cloud as well, and it has led me to the point where I am now a horse mum and I have my own horse. Never would I have thought when I was here last time that I would be sat at Ascot this year as a horse mum myself. I'm still a very, very amateur rider and someone that just wants to be around them, but I was stood at the finish line and the horses were just coming to a stop, and it was a moment when I had this realization that you don't have to be a rider that's riding, horse racing, doing the jumps, doing dressage or anything like that. You can just be someone that just loves horses, and I think that that's me. And now I've realized that whenever I drive past them, I'm like literally, if I'm in my car and they're on the road, I'm like, I just love you so much. A little bit scared. I am a little bit scared of them, especially horses that I don't know. But my horse, now that I'm aware of his movements and things like that, I'm not so scared anymore.
He definitely wouldn't be able to race.
No, he's just runners. A scrubby puppy.
But I'm sure he's got the zoomies as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, he moves so beautifully when he gets going. When he gets going.
In his heyday, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just see how the wardrobe from him.
You alright?
Yeah, it's just like it's a bit more even on the face this way. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Hang on. My hair's cool.
Lovely.
Perfect, got it.
She's happy.
Oh, use the left, sorry. That way, yeah. Okay, let's do it.
The summer house is always my favourite place to come. They decorate it so exquisitely, and it is always the coolest place, and I don't mean cool in the trendy sense.
I mean in the temperature sense, because I don't know what they do. I don't know whether there's aircon, but it's always so lovely and cool in here, and the decor is just beautiful. So easy for pictures.
Good morning, everyone. It is the first walk of officially summertime in England. You can hear the lambs and the sheep going wild next to me. It is the most glorious day. I can't even believe it. If you think about it, 4 months ago, we would have been wrapped up in base layers. I promise you, I'm not naked on this walk. We would have been wrapped up in base layers and cashmere and wools and long johns to ensure that we were warm enough to brave this route. And now I'm in shorts, a tube top and trainers because it is very, very lovely at the moment. The corn is coming up in the fields. I always love it when it's in these neat little rows like this. It just looks so pretty. And there's a slight subtle wind in the air which is making it nice and cool. And it just feels glorious, absolutely glorious. These two with their tongues out. We're almost home. Let's go get some icy water, my smalls. Good boys. Oh, goodness me. It is now summertime. You would have noticed in my last video that there are some new illustrations and the crest has had a seasonal update. We've had the summer solstice and with the seasons at the moment, basically, I'm having really beautiful illustrations and intros brought to life just because I love it. And I think it's just really, really lovely. I just really, really enjoy it. I left you, I believe, at Royal Ascot and we had such a lovely time there. And today I have just decompressed, having a chilled time. I've actually got more events coming up, so I have a big box of dresses that have arrived. I ordered them from My Teresa, and I thought we could try them on together because it's really nice and warm, and where else would I want to be than in my dressing room, although it is overcast now. And I am definitely not keeping all of these, by the way. I will not be keeping all of them because really I only need a few dresses. Ooh. Ooh. Few different brands in here as well, some higher price points, some lower. I've got some Oscar de la Renta in here, I've got some self-portrait. And on top we have the Oscar de la Renta. I thought this could be really, really lovely, and I love that it comes with a waist belt as well. And I'm just thinking that maybe the skirt isn't going to be poofy enough for me. This feels quite relaxed as a dress, and I'm not sure if it's going to be what I was looking for. It is so pretty though. I mean, I love the greenery, and this is their rose print, and it's so beautiful. Maybe I could put something underneath. I mean, we'll try it on because these leaf straps, like, look at the details. Everything that Oscar de la Renta does is so exciting and so just steeped in nature that I thought that this would be really lovely. But I might just want something a little bit more elevated, which I can't believe I'm saying that about Oscar de la Renta, but they cater to lots of different things. Oscar de la Renta does like cotton dresses, and then they do like their fine silk dresses, so there's like different tiers, and I'd say this one sort of feels like it falls in the middle of those two. This is the Oscar de la Renta dress, and I think this was in the sale, and this is genuinely exactly how I would wear it with these shoes. My feet are still swollen from Ascot, but This is so pretty, but I think it might be a little bit casual for the event that I had planned this for. However, I still think this is a good one to have in my wardrobe. I just need to get it done up. It's really, really pretty. I really like it on, oh gosh. And usually with Oscar de la Renta dresses, I need to have them tailored. This one fits perfectly, and I feel like I've got all of the accessories that go with it, which is lovely. Oh, I really like this. And this would go with ballet flats beautifully as well. And even slides, I think, probably ballet flats. Maybe I want to keep it. You have to let me know in the comments down below. You have to let me know, because I usually take forever to send things back. So if you like it, make sure you let me know. This is a really pretty baby pink self-portrait dress, and I saw a few girls wearing this at Ascot, but it looks really, really cute. I love the length of it as well, because it's more of like an ankle length, and it has gold buttons that are currently covered, but I'm going to uncover them because you need to get the full view. And I wore a self-portrait dress a few years ago, no, last year, to Glorious Goodwood. Because I like to wear a little bit of a range of price points. I mean, I always feel like as long as the dress has the right vibe, it doesn't matter how much you spend. And I know that there are times when I like to go all out with a custom Sassy Holford, but you can do things within your budget, and I think self-portrait is a really, really great place to start. I really like this. In fact, I'm just worried about being hot, because things covering my neck, I tend to feel quite hot. And like I always say, I'm not usually a pink person, but maybe I am now, because that's 2 pink dresses. I cannot keep every dress. 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 But this, I love. Wowzers. Imagine this with gloves. This is so, like, vintage elegance. You would imagine that this is like vintage Chanel. It is so pretty. I feel like this, I just have to keep this. I didn't think I was going to like this, in all honesty, but I now just have to keep this. I absolutely have to keep this. It's not done up properly at the back because I can't do it myself, but the way this knits in the waist, the puff in the skirt, I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed. Oh my goodness, what a great problem to have. Usually I do these orders and I'm like, I need some dresses, I'm gonna do some orders, and nothing is right. And so far, I'm not sure on the shoes though. I feel like a white shoe would really like lift this. If I did the Claudia. That's cute. That's cute. Oh, I love it. I mean, obviously I would have my makeup on my head. I just save that for us. Also, can I just say, I have just spent the last half an hour steaming all of these dresses, because a few videos ago, a number of you were complimenting me on the fact that I steam my things before I show you them, and it's not something I ever thought about in that way, that I was like doing it for you. It's more for me because I'm like, I want to know if they look good, and it's very hard to tell when they're crumpled to get the full like structure of a dress. And now I feel like I'm under extreme pressure. Yeah, extreme pressure to steam everything for you, because now you've complimented me on it, I've got to do it. Anyway, so this one is a more casual one. I feel like you can never go wrong with a styled dress. This is a drop waist, like cotton and ivory dress. It feels very, very coastal. I think I'll just keep this for summer wear regardless. I loved the contrast between these two, this subtle ivory tone, and the racer just feels really, really pared back. So I think that'll be good for just everyday wear, in all honesty. Okay, this dress is actually just for me. I just loved it and loved the style of it. I find things that kind of poof at the hips are quite flattering on me. I wore the Salcombe dress from Sassy Holford, which is one that we worked on together. I loved it, and I feel like it gave me the shape that I often want. And so when I saw this styled dress, I couldn't resist it. I thought this with slides just is a really effortless but beautiful outfit. let me know. I kind of need a bra. Might have to go for a bra. But other than that, she's a win. Oh my gosh, I'm keeping everything, aren't I? Next up we have a Zimmermann dress. So I love a good Zimmermann dress. I really, really do. And this is like a sort of floaty, florally blue one. I think the length might be a bit wrong for what I'm hoping for. Wanted something a little bit longer. But very, very beautiful, and I like the colour as well. So we'll try that one on. I love that I got myself all dressed into this blue one, and almost forgot to show you. I think this is so pretty, but do you know what I wish? I wish this was to the ankle, but let me know what you think. As like potential sort of wedding dress, like wedding guest outfits as well, but also occasion wear, and I don't feel like I have a good like blue, like baby blue. I have loads of baby blue. I have loads. I'm lying. But this one feels a little bit more like, I don't know, this is what I wish I was wearing when I was like little. It's just so pretty. Although accessories wise, I'm not too sure that I have anything that goes with this, because my ivory bag is a little bit sort of like creamy tinged. But let me know what you think. Let me know. It might, I mean, that works. I'm lying. I'm lying again. I'm lying. This one was a wild card. I don't think I've ever bought anything from Roland Mouret, but this is so pretty. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is unexpected, and it feels really lovely. Oh, I love this. I think this was in the sale as well. I hope it fits. This feels exactly what I want, like what I wanted, and I love it when you try something from a different designer and it surprises you. But let's try it on because it looks like it might be a little bit big. Okay, this is the Roland Mouret, and this definitely feels like the most like appropriate for the particular occasion that I have in mind. It's a beautiful blush pink. I've actually paired it with my Dior slingbacks that I still have. I don't usually get these out, but this felt a little bit Dior, the way that it matches my bag. It just feels so, so pretty, and the extra ruching. And I put it on and I was like, oh, it's missing something. And then I realized it's got its own belt. And this is going so badly because I want to keep all of these dresses. And this is so bad, but this is such a good problem to have, because whenever I'm like, oh, I need a dress, this is the time to shine. So this I really love. I love how like romantic this little area like is. It just feels a bit like Sleeping Beauty-esque, doesn't it? I don't know why. But let me know what you think with the bag and the shoes. It feels like a complete outfit. Do you know what the other thing that I was thinking? I know I've got pearls on at the moment, but I've got these gorgeous, colourful earrings from Jennifer Behr, and oh yeah, they're the ones. They're the ones that you would wear this with. I feel like I've got this for like a complete outfit, which is so wonderful. Like such a wonderful situation to be in. When you've got the jewellery and you've got everything good to go. It feels all nice and set. Yeah, I like this. I do like this. Oh, for goodness sake, this literally never happens. Right, I'm sending it to my friends to see what they think. And then this is a size too big, so I'm thinking that this isn't going to be an option, but this is the same dress as the polka dot one that I wore to Glorious Goodwood, but this is in like a lemon yellow, like a sort of butter yellow. I know I'm enjoying butter yellow, but this is an 8, and the one that I had was a 6, and it fitted really, really well. So I think if I like this, I'd have to have it tailored, but let's see what it looks like on. It looks yellow, I promise you in person, but it translates as ivory on camera, and I am just not prepared to ever wear this to a wedding because of that fact. It looks very, very ivory. I mean, I literally want to keep them all, and this is actually the size up from the polka dot one that I have. That was very, very tight. This has a little bit more breathing room, but it does ripple a little bit. I think I'm going to end up keeping them all. Maybe I'll send back the Oscar de la Renta one. I need to watch back these clips. Maybe I'll send back the pink one. Oh, I don't know. Don't know. And then the other thing that excitingly arrived, I had to miss this, which was possibly one of the hardest things to miss ever. I was on my shoot with Fairfax and Favour, but this was the launch of Sanderson and Highgrove. And if you don't know, I'm a huge fan of Highgrove, and I love everything that they collaborate on, especially I love their Highgrove bouquet perfumes, and I've loved their collaborations with the likes of Burberry. And when I saw this, oh my goodness, their collaboration with Sanderson, and Sanderson is one of my favourite British fabric houses. I was genuinely lost for words at how beautiful this collaboration was. You just know when love has gone into a collaboration and versus when something is just, oh, we could just do something together. This is a love-filled collaboration. Oh, wow. So pretty. Oh, a cushion. In the Toile de Jouy that I love. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. This was my absolute favourite fabric that I'd seen. I think there's loads. I haven't actually seen all of them, but there is, I think, a swatch, a box of swatches. Most Toile de Jouys are obviously French. The clue is in the name. However, this is an intrinsically British Toile de Jouy, all centred around the gardens at Highgrove. The tone is perfection. I need more of these cushions for my living room. In fact, I need curtains in this for my living room. That's one of the things that we've been discussing, is the curtains in our living room, because they just feel a little bit plain, a little bit pared back. They're also a little bit thin. We want something with real substance to it. And I actually think that a couple of these cushions, I love the trim, a couple of these cushions and this fabric with some kind of border to it. Oh wow. Let's have a look at the other samples though. And everything that they did for the shoot, oh, exquisite. I've literally stood in that exact spot. And as you can see, they've created this sort of almost like structural display. Oh, look at this. I just love him. I just love him. Hydrangea and rose. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these are the fabrics. So the Toile de Jouy actually comes in like a burgundy colour as well. So this more chocolatey maroon. So it's great if maybe, you know, you don't want the greens. This would be a nice contrast. In fact, I feel like this would be so nice in here. Oh gosh. This I love. You know that I love fern print fabrics. I've got a few dresses in fern prints, and this is so beautiful. It's got printing on it, but it also has embroidery, and I always feel like embroidery really elevates a fabric. And I would also say that Sanderson's embroidered fabrics are just a cut above. This feels exquisite. So this is their Wildflower Meadow Brocade Sapphire. This feels almost like this has got real opulence to it. This is, you can imagine this in like the drawing room of a stately home somewhere with that blue. Oh, stunning. This is beautiful. So what is this inspired by? The yew cloth in Russet and Midnight. This would be so lovely in like a study or something like that. It almost looks like it's made up of old blazers. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I won't go through all of these because there's actually so many more than I thought. So this is their Delphinium and Lilac. So beautiful if you want to add a touch of like wild and wonderfulness to a room, and a bit of colour as well, because you've got those muddy blues, a little bit of sort of an ochre colour as well. This, imagine this as curtains in like an entranceway to Highgrove. Stunning, absolutely stunning. This I love as well. This has almost a tapestry feel to it. Absolutely stunning. This is the Stumpery fern. So this is all inspired. I don't know if you remember when we did the tours of the gardens, they've got this area called the Stumpery. And it's almost like a bit mossy, a bit damp, but so, so beautiful. And this is all inspired by the Stumpery. Oh, this I love. I could have this in my dressing room. This is exactly what we've been discussing for in my dressing room, because what I need to introduce is some richer colours. So we talked about adding some burgundy, but I still love the blue in my dressing room, and I've just introduced these little tassels, which I love because they hang on the handles of my cupboards and they just look so grand. I just think this would be as blinds. And do you know what I would do differently if I did blinds in my dressing room again? Because these blinds are decorative, I have them just fixed at the top. Where are we? I feel like I'm dancing. They are fixed at the top so they don't close. What I would do is I'd actually have bands of fabric down, because you miss them, you don't see them so much because they're so up high. So I would have drapes, like ruched drapes, fixed to the wall on beautiful like poles, as if you could close them like curtains, but they're still fixed to the wall. I think that would add a little bit more coziness to the room. And these would be perfect because I'd be able to introduce a little bit more richness as well. So gorgeous, so gorgeous. There's so many fabrics I haven't even seen yet. This is stunning. This is their Apothecary Rose in Ester Blue. This almost looks like an oil painting, a watercolor, sorry, where the water has just bled into the paper. It's so romantic, so romantic. I need to not get too excited about this because honestly it's so beautiful, but you can go, oh, they do wallpapers as well. I didn't realize it was fabrics and wallpapers, so you could have this. The Toile de Jouy comes in a blue. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Blue Toile de Jouy wallpaper. Oh my goodness me. They have almost like mural. This is the carpet garden design. Imagine this on the walls. Oh my gosh. I'm lost for words. I actually might cry. This is so beautiful. This I love. This feels, oh my gosh. This would just be exquisite in here. Imagine being a part of something so beautiful like this. I genuinely, like, it must be so incredible to see these collaborations come to life. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The weather is so strange. It is really, really warm, but we just had a little bit of a shower, so the garden will love it, but it is so muggy. However, we have new flowers in our wildflower this year. These delicate florals. It makes me think of like weddings with the roses in the middle. I feel like this is just so bridal, and the bees and all of the insects are loving, absolutely loving it. But I have to show you someone else who's loving something. Now, I don't know if you can notice in this flower bed here, something rustling. We have found our feral chicken has really found a little happy place in this flower bed, and as much as we would like for our flowers to be left to look lovely, we would much rather have a happy olive, and I think that we have a happy olive in there. She's so sweet, bless her. I think she's laying an egg at the moment because this is where we tend to find her eggs, so I'm sure we'll come back later. She's just the funniest chicken. She is absolutely feral. Today, I just popped out to go and get some food for Sweet Pea, and Olive just rushed out, about 10 minutes ago, rushed out, legged it over here to lay her egg here. So I think that's how things are going to be for the foreseeable future. Now, one of the things I need to do in my kitchen garden today is pull out all of the things that have gone to seed that are not helping the place, and throw in some more seeds for things that can come up over the next few weeks. So a little bit of a arduous task, and it creates a lot of space, but hopefully some more nutritious things will grow in its place very soon. I've got a table of pots here, and I actually picked up these pots the other day from Burford. These are their sort of antique style pots, and they look so lovely. I've just potted them up with some of my geraniums, my white geraniums, and popped them on the terrace, and they look so good. So I'm trying to think what I can put in these to maybe put on the table somewhere. But things like this spinach have all gone to seed, so I need to pull these out. I might take these cloches now off of the lettuce so that we can get to them, because the lettuce is really, really nice, and create some space. I'm going to get some chard, some kale, all of the good stuff in there in its place for now. finished? Running off down the path. You finished? Let's see if she's left us anything in there. Oh, well done, Olive. Left us a little egg in there. Well, these lettuces have gone to seed, and Gwyneth was just helping me with these because she's been enjoying the fruits of my labour next to me, but I am just thinning out the leaves of my tomatoes so that they have room to breathe and the fruits have room to ripen. So that's the next thing on my list to do. Now you have to be very careful when you're doing this because sometimes there are fruits on the leaves. The next thing I'm doing is making a clearing over my courgette plant because it is currently covering my beetroots and I want them to get some sun. So, a little bit of a clear. I'm currently dealing with a bad case of black, I think it's black bean aphids on my rhubarb, and it is very upsetting. So I'm going to try and give it a spritz with the old, what's it called, dishwasher soap and water. We have nasturtiums right by them, but even that is no match for these particular aphids, so I'm going to give them a douse in these. To say, it usually does the trick, and I try not to use anything truly terrible. You can offer me a different option. It's very, very welcomed because, like I said, I've got the pest control plants there, but even those are no match for these bad boys. Planted up in the pots, and I just think they look so lovely. Making me very, very happy having these pots here. Ignore my hair, okay? We just have to keep it back at this point because it's so hot. I've gone and refilled with the dishwasher soap. I asked both Carrie's mum, who has been gardening for many, many years and likes to do so in the most natural way possible, and she said that this is what she uses when she has to. And I also asked my grandma, who is a very, very keen gardener. She has some of the most beautiful geraniums I've ever seen, and she said the same thing. So I'm going on what they know because the grandmas know and the mums. And before I start getting some seeds in the soil, I am going to give my chives a big haircut because they are struggling. They've got way too overgrown. I've let them get a little bit too unruly, so it's time for a hard cutback. I keep misting myself with the hose because it is so hot. Oh my gosh. But the chives are looking a little bit sorry for themselves. I'm really hopeful that from doing this there's a little bit more room to breathe so new shoots can come through, because it was looking a little bit sad and yellow and just lacking in getting light. So it's also freed up a lot of space for me to plant either side, which is fantastic. I have just finished up in the garden and I've had the loveliest day, but it's taken me so long to finish up out there. I've not got a scrap of makeup on my face. It has been glorious. I cannot tell you how wonderful it is working on my confidence so that when I do eventually have to leave the house during the day, I'm not like, oh, I need to quickly put something on my face. I'm just over it. Like, I'm just over it, which is so nice. It's very, very sunny, by the way. But I have just been thinking about something, and I wanted to talk to you about it. Now, I know that some people find when I talk about a certain person on my vlogs or anything like that, they find it quite polarizing. But I find this whole thing really, really interesting. And one of the things that I've realised recently is there's almost like two things that I've started to understand. First of all, when there is like a mass cancellation online, say like, I don't know, a brand is cancelled online, or a previous owner of a brand is cancelled online, I find it really interesting to go into the comments. I hope you understand what I'm talking about here. What I mean is, when someone like does something wrong and they get dragged for it online, often people will go on to the most recent post that they've made and they'll just spam it with negative comments. And I've found it really interesting to look at them and see if anyone I know has written anything, or whether they've written something positive or whether they've written something negative. And I cannot tell you how quickly you learn about someone when you do that, and the type of person that they are. And it's like, it's just a very, very interesting thing to do. And I would say that you get bonus points and you really learn about a person when you see them commenting, maybe it's underneath a post about a certain Duchess, for example, Meghan Markle. I have never been so horrified to read things that people I know say about somebody that they've never met. You might not like her, you might like her, who knows? But if you want to know about people in your life, you will find out in the comment section of a post like that, because it is astounding the types of things that people are happy to write about somebody that they've never even met before, and all they have ever been fed is what the media says. Like, just because it says a source from the palace, that doesn't mean anything. You don't know who that person is. You don't know what viability that source is. They could be a serial liar. You have no idea. I saw something recently about something about like her not being a gardener because her fingernails are too clean, or something like that. And I mean, that's so silly and so ridiculous, because if you look at my fingernails now, I have just spent the entire day in the garden. I have mucked out a poorly chicken. I have cleaned a coop of 9 chickens. I have walked the dogs. I've sown seeds. I am now going to do the horses, and my nails do not have a scrap of stuff underneath them. Anyway, that was a segue into something very different. And like I said, this isn't something that is just reserved for people that like her or don't like her. What I would say is that it's a super interesting thing to write things about somebody that you've never met, that you've never actually seen the actions that are being portrayed in the media. Anyway, that was a segue into some random thoughts that I have. I always like to share my thoughts with you though. I feel like we're all growing together, and sometimes I have these thoughts and I'm like, I bet you'd find that really interesting. If you don't, you can scroll on. But I'm heading to the horses now because I am on horses duty. My gorgeous friend Claudia is getting married again in Italy, and I am looking after the horses. So I'm heading over to see them now and just give them a bit of a check over and see how they're getting on in the heat, and just give them kisses and love and haylage. So that's what I'm doing this evening. And then, because I've got a day off tomorrow, I'm going to go home and pour myself a glass of wine and read my book and have dinner, because I think Ali is going to pop the barbecue on as well, which is always my favourite.
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Lovely, lovely. Good boy. Liking your cat, please. You're feeling nicely. Feeling nicely. Feeling nicely. What have you got? You've got your dinner all over you. All over you. One for you, because you're chubby. Oh. Oh.
Now that I have well and truly spoilt him, I am going to go and do their haylage. There's not much left, so I thought I'd give them some extra because there's no grass, is there?
No, still dying.
Bless them. How's this for a worm's eye view, eh? Don't say you don't get the quality content from me. That's for sure. Schnoot. Beautiful schnoot. Got haylage over there. Don't act like you haven't got any. Back. You two are pained in the bottom. Away. I love that I think that you're going back. Back. Absolutely not waiting for anything. Move out the way. Move out the way, please. Move out the way. Thank you. It is hot. Well, I'm back at the house, ready for dinner. Ali has fired up the big green egg and I have laid the table. I've picked some of the Winchester Cathedral and Tranquility roses in my little... Oh, there's a little bugger one there. But this is my vintage ice bucket. Sterling silver is so beautiful and it looks so gorgeous with flowers in it as much as it is used as an ice bucket. So it's a double whammy of a purchase. I love that. But we're having a wonderful dinner as the sun sets over the garden. You're not even getting the full beauty of the sky. There we go. Glorious. So much because all you have to do is just pop some flowers on top of it and it just looks so perfect because it's just surrounded by all of this. I love it. What do you think, Porcine? What do you think? Goodness me, oh, I'm Barky too. Garden, enjoying our wine, and Ali has just been inspecting my work. Yeah, those tomatoes are looking great, aren't they?
Yeah, but also the lemon trees and stuff, it looks like you've been taking care of.
Well, I've learnt not to overlove them, that's the thing.
And also not maybe take on too much, but you've got a bit going on there.
Hello, gorgeous girl. Hello. Hello. Coming up onto the table, are you? Yes. Oh. Someone's feeling better. That seat's for you, Lulu. We saved it for you.
Now we practice. There you go.
I don't know.
No, with this arm.
Okay. The humming really makes it.
Want to go potty with her?
Potty.
Yay, come on in,
Oh
mummy.
my
I want to
goodness.
Come on.
Porty wants dancing. Oh, proud Porty. Barkley doesn't care. Oh, Bubby, were you sleeping? You were sleeping with your legs wide open. Ali also went and started raising the canopy on the oak tree, and that means I get a fresh branch. Oh gosh, all your toys. All your toys. Oh, your joy. Good evening, everyone. I need to explain to you that we had a new addition, and she didn't have the start with us that we hoped she would have, and she's been quite poorly, and it has weighed very, very heavy on my heart, and I just haven't been myself. But she is doing so well, and so I am going to introduce you to her at the end of this video, because I want to introduce you to someone that might not be with us much longer, and hurt your hearts in that way. But she's very, very special, and I can't wait for you to meet her. But for the moment, I have some life lessons from the kitchen garden. I have not been planting enough carrots or parsnips this year, because when I sowed my seeds, I sowed them too early, and what I realised now is that it just wasn't warm enough for those seeds to germinate, and I just felt like it wasn't going to be a good year for me and parsnips and carrots. Luckily, there are some early varieties that I can get into the soil now, and hope that it means I'll have an autumn harvest of them. So I've got some carrots to pop in. I've got some sweet corn, and I've also got some tender and true parsnips to get in there as well. I'm also going to plant out a few little seedlings that I have, and it's a very, very blustery day today, so you're going to have to bear with me. But I have some marigolds that I think I'm going to add to this bed and just plant in a line here, because this has been the bed that has been worst hit with bugs and things like that. Even, see, I can see they've come back, so I'm going to have to give these another spritz. But I'm going to get these marigolds in here first, so that we've got a nice little barrier for them, I think. So these are the marigolds that I grew from seed, and I'm just going to basically pick these out of here and get them in the bed. Marigold buttercreams are in, and I've popped some in the back bed as well. I had enough left over, always a winner. And I also managed to lose my white pen for my labels, and I bought these new ones, and they're so much better than the other one. I feel like I can write better with them, and my handwriting isn't so awful. I mean, don't look too closely, it's not great, but I've managed to label the things that I planted yesterday. So we have rainbow chard, we have lettuce. I have just sown some more sweet corn. This is sweet corn glass gem. This looked like a very interesting variety, and when I put it into Google, it said that you could grow this later on in the year, so I'm going to give it a go. Well, I've done as much as I can, and I've covered as much as I can. I've put some more carrots and parsnips in here, fingers crossed, because I just feel like I've got none this year. And I've popped some carrots in here as well, and I've topped up some parsnips here. I've thrown in some more tomatoes just because these were in the greenhouse and I thought, why not? But it's all getting rather wild. Goodness me. Madam, you look like a roast chicken sat on that chair. You're so cute. She got stung by a wasp yesterday, bless her. She was not happy. Now I'm going to introduce you to our new housemate. She's not going to stay here forever, but she's going to be here a while. So we have made her comfortable. I probably need to give her a bit of a clear out before I put her to bed, but I'm going to turn off the lights in a moment and let her go to sleep. But I would like you all to meet Sweet Pea. This is Sweet Pea, and she is doing so well I actually can't cope. She is the cutest, chubbiest buff cochin, and she is the one that has been completely consuming all my thoughts at the moment, so this is the culprit. She's stolen my heart. She's doing very, very well. Right, I'm going to give you a bit of a clear up. Gardening is done. Sweet Pea is mucked out and put to bed. She literally like nestles down like a little roast. No, I'm not going to call her a roast chicken. She's not a roast chicken. I've had the loveliest weekend and I've just chilled and it's been wonderful. I wanted to let you know that I've decided to send back the blue Zimmermann dress, the yellow self-portrait dress, and the Oscar de la Renta dress, which was a hard one to send back, but I just felt like I didn't need those ones, but I kept the dress that the Roland Mouret dress and the pink self-portrait dress. I think that'll be really nice. However, I have a bargain of a dress to show you in a minute. So I wanted to let you know that in the hysteria around Sweet Pea, I forgot to wish you a happy summer solstice, and also let you know that we now have new summer illustrations that have launched like across the board, and I love them. I love the intro with the little butterfly and the little bee. I love them so much. But this dress, oh my goodness. So basically when I was at Goff's, I met the lovely Ella, and she was wearing this dress, and literally I've got the entire outfit now. She was wearing this dress, and she was wearing it, and she had sunglasses on and a black belt with it on, and I looked and I was like, oh, I love that dress. Oh, she's got an Hermes bag, so it's probably going to be really expensive. Well, first of all, it wasn't an Hermes bag, it was the Tusting bag. I can't remember which style it is, but I'll link it down below. It looked so beautiful, and Tusting is obviously locally made. Oh my gosh, she looked sensational. And the dress was from ZARA. Oh my, I'm gonna put it on. I'm not even gonna show you it on the hanger. I'm gonna put it on and then I'm gonna wrap up this video, okay? Because it's dark and I should be in bed. Look at the skirt on this dress. So not only is it incredibly classic in its style, like I cannot put into words. It reminds me of my Dior shirt dress, you know, the polka dot one. It reminds me of that. Now, obviously you don't have to do the belt that comes with it. You can swap it out. That's what Ella did. Ella had the different belts with it. She had a really lovely black belt. Now, I like the collar sort of popped like this. I love that it's got this longer sleeve, but it's the skirt for me. Of course, it's got pockets. But look at this. Literally styled with slides and basket bag, and yet still so chic. Like this with some sunglasses. It's just, I can't believe it's ZARA. I honestly can't believe it's ZARA. You know, I never ever shop at ZARA when it comes to like clothes. I never shop there because I'm always disappointed. However, I got to feel the fabric when I was there. And it just felt really nice and like thick. Now it's mostly cotton, but there is a little bit of polyamide and elastane. So it's not the best fabric quality, but it does have structure. And if there's one thing I love, his structure. I can't get over it. I'm obsessed. I'm in love. It's incredible. Oh gosh. Love it. Absolutely love it. Anyway, I am going to finish this vlog here because I've yabbered on so much about so much stuff, and it's Monday tomorrow and I'm looking forward to starting this week on a different foot. Last week was an interesting one, but this week we're full steam ahead.